Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Monday. Let's see, November 15, middle of the month. Pretty awesome. One more week until we have Thanksgiving break, which is going to be so great. Can't wait. Hopefully, you've got some plans for that. Couple of details, and then I want to share some stuff about church for me yesterday that hopefully encourage you and inspire you. So, a couple of details. One is the storage room at the end of this week, so is going to be totally emptied. So don't leave. There's sweatshirts kind of laying there. And by the way, it's the middle workroom with the copy room. We'll get to the details on that in a second. But things that are left in there, we're going to take those. We do this every single term. At the end of every term, we reset the workroom, the storage room, and we get that stuff out and we donate it. So it'll be out. So that room will be fresh and clean and spotless when you return from Thanksgiving break. So please take your stuff home because otherwise I will take it to its new home. Okay, just so you know. Also, you'll notice I put some yellow tape. We are sharing, so we're providing space for the parent association for the auction stuff. So you'll notice the yellow tape in there. You're on the right side, the teacher's space is on the left side. You don't get to spill into our space or anything like that. Stay on the right side of the yellow tape. Okay, if it's on our side, I'm going to take it, just so you know. And so that's that. And then another thing is, moving on to a different topic, sports. We usually let eligibility, we're very graceful. So we're very graceful with sports eligibility. Sorry, mind blank. And but second term, we're 12 weeks into school. Now we start using eligibility, and it's a 1 week deal. And basically, missing assignments and class grades and your behaviors, if those are all above board, 3 assignments or less that are missing, your grades at 70% or above in your classes, 70% or above in your classes, and we're behaving ourselves, we're making good choices. As long as those are above board, you can play basketball. We love it. If any of those slip, then we're gonna consider. You'll end up sitting out a game. You'll still attend practice. You can still attend the game, but you will not play. Okay, we got to take care of our schoolwork, our studies, before we do our co-curriculars. All right. So again, missing assignments, 3 or fewer at any given time. And I run a report basically every Tuesday. Your class grades are 70% or above, 70 or above. Again, I run that report every week. And then your behavior, your attitude, how you're treating others, how you're treating your teachers, things like that. All those are above board. You get to play basketball. So anyway, I hope that's clear. All right. All right, so I'm moving forward. Some more business stuff here. Pretty slow week overall. We've got chapel with Mrs. Del Nero. Obviously, the Monday morning message. We've got dining hall cleanup crew. Adrian, Jackson, Beckett, Colby, Jack, Abby, and Bryce, Rudy. So that is our dining hall cleanup crew for this week. Again, Adrian, Jackson, Beckett, Colby, Jack, Abby, and Bryce are our clean up crew. This week you'll see very few high school students around. They're on their Discovery Week. So they're traveling all over the place. And some of the classes are here on campus, so you'll see a few, but for the most part they are traveling. Week from tomorrow is Grandparents' Day. Looking forward to that. We're going to be sending out some details rather soon about that. But it's always a highlight for our year. Our choirs are going to be performing out in the gym in front of our grandparents. So that's going to be pretty awesome. Looking forward to that. So here we go. Couple of things, some highlights from church for me. First of all, how was church? I hope you went to church. I hope you learned something. Hope that, right, that's part of our partnership. It's the school, your family, and your church. I hope your experience at church moved you 1% closer. Remember, that's the goal. 1% closer in your relationship with the Lord. We can do our part. Home can do their part. But church is, that's the big one. That's what's going to nudge us that 1% closer. So I'm going to keep asking you over and over, keep reminding you that how we create culture here at school, all of that puts us closer, 1% closer to the Lord. And honestly, again, church has to be a part of that. Couple of my takeaways from church, I've got some notes. I usually take notes in church just because it helps me learn. I thought this was awesome. This really ties into our 1%. I'm like, okay, what do we do with our 1%? What's next? And I think Pastor Joel really nailed it for me. God is always faithful. He's always faithful. He's always there. As I've mentioned, he's always reached out. He's always reaching out. Always, 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 always. He is always, always, always faithful. We're not. We make mistakes. We're not always faithful. We're people. We're humans. I, me, us, you, we make mistakes, right? We are not always that faithful, and we're not always kind. Whereas God is always faithful, always kind. And so, all right, I'm just going through my notes. Oh yeah, so what I feel like what moved me closer was the fact that it was reminded to me that I fail, you, we, us, I fail over and over and over again, and yet God is faithful over and over and over again. So if I'm willing to recognize that, yep, God, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. I was not inviting for that classmate. I was not kind to my colleague like I should have been. I made a mistake. God's like, okay, I get it. But God is also saying I'm always faithful. So that's so reassuring to me because there's no shame in that. There's no shame in my mistakes. I get back up and I try it again, and I try and go that 1% closer to the Lord. And so that was the great takeaway for me. We're just wrapping up the book of Nehemiah. He read the whole chapter 9. It was so great. So what's going to move us 1% closer? Remembering that God is always faithful and always kind. We are not always faithful. We are not always kind. But God is there waiting for us anyway to take that 1% closer. He's got his hand out, waiting for us. So anyway, that was the message that I took away from church. I hope you attended church, first of all, and I hope you learned something. And that's how we're going to grow. The school, the home, and absolutely the church. Absolutely the church. That's their primary job. So anyway, that was great. That was my deal. That was my takeaway from church. It was awesome. I hope you had an awesome takeaway from your church experience this weekend as well. All right, y'all. We'll see you in the halls. Take care.